So good. During our first contest, we faced TIMR, Sporting, and Tamale Islamic, and we were able to make it through. Yeah, and we know today, with the help of God, we shall be victorious.
All right. In that case, let me wish you well. Best wishes.
Thank you.
Sekondi College. Sekondi College is represented by
Duku Collins, final year.
Mensa Desmond, final year.
You are welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, ma'am.
How are you?
By grace, you are fine.
Good. Sekondi College, tell us a little bit about the school.
Okay, Sekondi College is in the Western region and was founded in the year 1951 by J.W. Akwa. And our motto is Las Evarita, the truth, our light. And we say, Yens Roche.
Hey, good. But you are a seeded school.
Yeah.
How did you prepare? What did your seniors do for you before you came back?
Okay. Last year, our seniors did very well by moving to this stage, and they told us a lot. I should prepare hard, and this year we are moving forward, and we know that the Lord our hope we shall surely go up.
All right. Best wishes.
All right.
Anlo Senior High School. Anlo Senior High School is represented by
Fiaonu Nobel, final year.
Samuel Daniel, final year.
You're welcome, gentlemen. How are you?
We are doing well.
Good. Please tell us about Anlo Senior High School.
Okay, Anglo Senior High School was founded in the year 1959 and is located precisely in Anglogan. And our motto is truth and service.
All right. And the National Science and Math Quiz of 2017, how has it gone so far?
It has gone well. The prelims, we met in Science Senior High School and Berkun SHS, and by God's grace, we are victorious.
All right.
So we are now here in the 1/8 stage.
Yes, and what are you here to do?
We are here to put in our best with the grace of God.
All right. Best wishes. Viewers, we've met the contestants. They are all ready to go. Some are moving forward in the right direction. Yes. Before I sit down, I would like to acknowledge that the National Science and Math Quiz is sponsored by the Ghana Education Service through the Conference of Heads of our sister secondary schools. We are supported by TIGO, GOL, Prudential Life Insurance, Accra College of Medicine, and GCB Bank. We are produced by Primetime. My name is Dr. Elsie Efa Kaufman. I am a senior lecturer in the Department of Biomedical Engineering, University of Ghana. I'm your quiz mistress. Contestants, the contest comes to you in 5 rounds. The first round is the round for fundamental concepts. We have simple and direct questions for you, to which we expect simple and direct responses. If you answer your major question correctly, 3 points. If the question is incorrectly answered, it becomes available to the 2 other schools. A school may ring and attempt an answer. If the answer is right, a bonus point. If the answer is incorrect, it fetches a penalty point. For questions which require calculations, you have 30 seconds in which you can present your answer. If there are no calculations involved, you have 10 seconds to do so. All of the questions, all of them, are to be attempted once only. Best wishes to all 3 schools. For this first set, it's actually a single question to all 3 schools. When I get to your school, please give me a right answer so that I can move on for the next right answer. No bonus, please. I'm going to start with you, Anlo. So after the question, I come to you. For a substance to be classified as a catalyst for a reaction, that substance must satisfy some criteria. Each school is to give only one such criterion. So first choice, Anlo. Yes, Daniel.
It must have partially filled d orbitals in its elementary state. And also it must be able to decrease the activation energy of the reactant.
No, I'm moving on. Yes, Collins.
It must be able to lower the activation energy of the reaction.
Okay. St. James.
It must not take part in the reaction itself.
I'll give you 2 out of 3. All right, so this is what I was expecting. The first one is that the catalyst increases the rate of reaction. That is equivalent to what you said, Sekondi, which is lowering the activation energy. The catalyst is not consumed by the reaction. That is related to what you gave St. James, and which is why you had the 2. A small quantity of the catalyst should be able to affect the rate of the reaction. And lastly, the catalyst does not change the equilibrium constant for the reaction. Next set. Yes, please, when you want to answer a question, raise your hand. Let me call on you, all right? Very important. Otherwise, we'll be here forever. Okay. So for this next set, you have 30 seconds maximum, and I have a preamble to all schools. Find the matrix of the linear transformation given that. Now, Anlo, x, y maps onto 2x plus y, x minus 2y. Yes, Daniel?
We have 2, 1, 1 minus 2.
Yes. Secondary college with the same preamble. X, y maps onto negative 3x plus 2y, 2x minus 3y. Yes, Mensa.
Minus 3 to 2 minus 3.
Yes. St. James with the same preamble. X, y maps onto x plus 3y, 3x minus y. Yes, Sisi.
1, 3, 3 minus 1.
Okay. Next set, I have a preamble to all schools. When I get to your school, I will give you a type of mammalian tooth. A type of mammalian tooth. Describe the structure and function of the type of mammalian tooth I give you. I hope you got that. So now, Anlo, incisor. Yes, Daniel.
The incisor is chisel-like and is used for cutting. And it also have one root.
2 out of 3. The incisor is flat and chisel-shaped with sharp ridged edges, and the function is for cutting and biting. Sekondi College with the same preamble, K9. Collins.
K9 has a pointed top and one root, and is used for tearing flesh.
2 out of 3. The K9 is conical shaped, has a pointed tip, that's the part you got, and is for seizing prey and for tearing flesh, the tearing flesh you got. All right, St. James, premolars. Yes, Cece.
They are broad, they have caps, and they are used for grinding and chewing.
2 out of 3. They have broad surfaces, ridged cusps. They are used for crushing and grinding food. Next set, 30 seconds. Anlo. A string of length 1 meter and mass per unit length 20 gram per meter is fixed at both ends and is under a tension of 32 newtons. Find the fundamental frequency of transverse oscillations of the string. For bonus. The right answer is 20 hertz. Sekondi College. A string of mass per unit length, 20 gram per meter, is fixed at both ends and is under a tension of 800 newtons. Find the length of the string if its fundamental frequency is 50 hertz. Yes, Mensa.
50 meters.
That's incorrect. For bonus. The right answer is 2 meters. St. James. A string of length 1 meter and mass per unit length 20 gram per meter is fixed at both ends. Find the tension needed for a fundamental frequency of 100 hertz. CC.
40 newtons.
That's incorrect for a bonus. The right answer is 800 newtons. Next set, I have a preamble to all schools, after which you have 30 seconds. Preamble. When glucose eventually breaks down in the body, the process can be summarized by the following chemical equation: C6H12O6 aqueous plus 6O2 gas going to 6CO2 gas plus 6H2O liquid. The atomic mass for oxygen is 16.0. That for carbon is 12.0, and for hydrogen it's 1.0. I hope you got your preamble. Yes, good. Now, Anlo, calculate the mass of oxygen gas required to break down 18.0 grams of glucose. Yes, Collins.
We have 9.6 grams of oxygen.
That's incorrect. The right answer is 19.2 grams of oxygen. Your major question, Sekondi College. With the same preamble, what volume of oxygen at STP will be needed to break down 54 grams of glucose? Please give your answer to 2 places of decimal. The molar volume of a gas at STP is 22.4 decimeter cubed. Collins?
We have 2, 4, 6, 8 times 10 to the power negative 2 dm cubed.
How? No. For a bonus. The right answer. Did they make it? No. The right answer is 40.32 decimeter cubed. St. James. With the same preamble, what mass of CO2 will be produced when 36.0 grams of glucose is completely broken down? CC.
3.3 grams.
That's incorrect for a bonus. 52.8 grams of CO2. Next set, 30 seconds. Anlo, find a number such that 55 plus the square of the number is 16 times the number. Noble.
Root of the expression 11 over 3.
I'm not accepting that. Yes, which of you? CC.
The number is equal to 5 or the number is equal to 11.
Yes. Sekondi College. One natural number is 4 times another. The product of the two numbers is 100. Find the two numbers. Yes, Collins.
20 and 5. One of the numbers is 5 and the other is 20.
Yes. St. James. The difference of two numbers is 15, and the difference of their squares is 150. Find the sum of the numbers. For bonus, the right answer is 10. Preamble to all schools. Preamble. When I get to your school, I will give you an organism. I will name an organism. Give the source of carbon for the nutrition of the organism I give you. I hope you're all right with that. Okay, so Anlo. Photoheterotroph. Did they make it? No, okay. Yes, Collins.
They get it from the organic compounds, that is the animals they eat.
Your major question with the same preamble. Chemoautotroph. Yes, Collins.
They get their carbons from the chemicals they use for the preparation of their food.
That's incorrect for bonus. The right answer is CO2. Now, St. James. Chemoheterotroph.
Chemosynthetic organisms.
Yes, CC.
They get it from feeding on chemosynthetic organisms. Chemosynthetic bacteria.
No. For a bonus. Yes, Collins.
They get it from the organic compounds of the animals they eat.
Yes, organic compounds. Last set of questions for the round, 30 seconds. Anlo, a coin at the bottom of a beaker containing a transparent organic liquid appears to be 5 centimeters below the surface of the liquid when the depth of liquid is 7 centimeters. What is the refractive index of the liquid? Yes, Daniel.
1.4.
You're right. Sekondi College. Glycerin has a refractive index of 1.47. What is the apparent depth of an object immersed in glycerin to a real depth of 9.8 centimeters? Yes, Collins?
7 centimeters.
I'm not going to accept that. For bonus, nobody. The right answer is 6.7 centimeters. You had enough significant figures to go to the second significant figure. Okay, so 6.7 centimeters. Last question, St. James. Kerosene has a refractive index of 1.45. At what depth in kerosene will a coin appear to be 20 centimeters below the surface? CC.
29 centimeters.
You are right. And that's the end of the first round. If you rank points, on the third attempt, 1 point. If you attempt a question and get it wrong, it fetches a penalty point. For questions that require calculations, you have a maximum of 30 seconds to present your answer. If there are no calculations, you have a maximum of 10 seconds. Best wishes, everyone. First question, 30 seconds. What is the speed of 743 nanometer electromagnetic waves in silicon nitride? The refractive index of silicon nitride is 2.0 at a wavelength of 743 nanometers. The right answer is 1.5 times 10 to the power 8 meters per second. 10 seconds. Which of the following particles are emitted in beta plus decay? The options: proton, neutron, electron, positron, electron neutrino, electron antineutrino. Yes, which of you, Collins?
Electron.
That's incorrect. The right answer is positron and the electron neutrino. 30 seconds. The focal length of a convergent lens is 40 centimeters. Find the distance from the lens of an object which forms a real image 90 centimeters from the lens. Which of you? CC.
The answer is 0.8 centimeters.
That's incorrect. Yes, Daniel?
120 centimeters.
No. Which of you? Mensa?
74 centimeters.
Oh. The right answer is 72 centimeters. Next question, 10 seconds. In fact, the next three, 10 seconds each one. The similarity among organisms belonging to the same group will be least within which taxon? Yes, Collins?
Species.
No. Yes,
The kingdom.
Kingdom. Stunted growth of a plant was reversed when the soil in which the plant was growing was inoculated with rhizobium. Which mineral element was deficient? CC.
Nitrogen.
Yes. If you don't raise your hand, I will call either of you. If both of you raise your hand, I have the liberty to pick which one of you I want to call. What proportion of the offspring of a cross between two heterozygous parents will exhibit the recessive condition? Yes, Collins?
1/4.
Yes. Next set, 30 seconds for each one. If A multiplied by the expression x plus 2 plus B multiplied by the expression x minus 3 is equal to x plus 7, find A and B. Which of you? Nobel.
B is equal to -1, and A is equal to 2.
Yes. Find the zeros of the function. F of x is equal to 3x squared minus x minus 4. Daniel.
We have x to be equal to -3 and s to be equal to 4.
That's incorrect. Who rang next? Yes, Mensa. Go ahead.
Okay. We have the x to be 4/3 and the other one to be 1.
That's incorrect.
Zeros.
CC.
S equals -1 and S equals 4.
Ah. The right answer. X is equal to -1 or 4/3. Next, find the measure of the interior angle of a regular nonagon in radians. Yes, CC.
7 pi radians. 7 pi radians.
That's incorrect. Who? Okay, go ahead. Which of you? Mensa.
Say something. You say something.
We have
I'm
900.
moving on. Anlo, you also ran. Go ahead.
We have 7/9 pi radian.
Yes. Last set of questions. 10 seconds for this one. The breath analyzer, an instrument used by the police to determine the alcohol levels in the blood of drunken drivers, contains K2CR2O7, dissolved in tetraoxosulfate 6 acid. Explain the chemistry of this test. Yes, which of you? Frimpong.
The K2CR2O7 is present there. If in case, let's say, a driver takes in alcohol and the instrument is used, it will oxidize it and the color will change from yellow to green. And they'll realize that, yes, he has taken in alcohol.
I'm not accepting that. Yes, Collins.
The K2CR2O7 in the H2SO4 will rather reduce, then changes color from yellow, that is decolorized. Then the alcohol will be oxidized to ethanoic acid. Therefore, since the K2CR2O7 will decolorize, that shows the driver has taken in alcohol.
I'm not accepting this. Your explanation was not systematic enough. You were saying the right things, but the order and the way you were describing it, I didn't think was good enough. Okay, so this is how it works. Those of you who are planning to drink and drive, if you get caught and the breathalyzer is used on you, this is what happens. If there is any alcohol or ethanol present in the blood of the driver, it will appear in the person's breath. When the breath is blown into the tube of the instrument, the alcohol gets oxidized. So this is the first step. The alcohol gets oxidized to ethanoic acid. And then the Cr2O72- gets reduced to Cr3+. The solution, which is originally yellow-orange, will turn green due to the reduction of chromium in oxidation state 6+ to the 3+, the chromium 3+ ions. Now, the intensity of the green color measures the amount of the alcohol that was originally present in the blood. So please don't drink and drive. "30 seconds. Phosphorus 5-chloride decomposes in a reversible reaction to give phosphorus 3-chloride and chlorine gas. At 100 degrees Celsius and 100 kilopascal pressure, only 10% of the phosphorus 5-chloride has decomposed. If the process starts with 1 mole of phosphorus 5-chloride, what is its mole fraction at equilibrium?" Yes, Daniel.
0.9.
No, I'm not accepting that. I continue. Give your answer to 2 places of decimal. The right answer is 0.82. Last question. 30 seconds. Calculate the pOH of a 0.10 mole per decimeter cube solution of a weak base with a pKb of 7.6. Which of you? Frimpong.
The answer is the answer 9.3.
Who next? Okay, go ahead, Daniel.
4.3.
4.3. That's the end of the second round. Please keep them covered and do not begin until I ask you to. Okay? To avoid temptation, please put down your pen. Mensa, your pen. At the end of the second round, St. James Seminary Senior High School has 9 points. Sekondi College has 9 points. Anlo Senior High School has 13 points. Round 3. This round has the problem of the day. The problem of the day is a single question to all 3 schools. From the time I ask you to begin, you will have 3 minutes in which you can present an answer from your school. The problem of the day is worth 10 points. Let's turn over our sheets and read the problem of the day together. Problem of the day. The F1 plants were crossed with each other to obtain 1,200 F2 plants. Of these 1,200 F2 okra plants, they observed the following numbers of 4 different phenotypes. Now I have a table, 2 columns, column headings, phenotype, and number of plants. So, first row, tall and hairy plants, 678. Tall and hairless stemmed plants, 230. Dwarf and hairy stemmed, 220. Dwarf and hairless stemmed plants, 72. Now the questions. A. Which height characteristic is dominant, tallness or dwarfness? B. Which stem characteristic is dominant, hairiness or hairlessness? C. Using the alleles, big T for tallness, small t for dwarfness, big H for hairiness, and small h for hairlessness, state the genotypes of the original true breeding plants. D. Using the same alleles as in C above, state the genotypes of the F1 hybrid. E. Using the same alleles, state the genotypes of the 4 types of okra plants found in the F2 generation. No, not yet. F. What were the expected numbers of okra plants of each type in the F2 generation? And finally, G. Why do the observed number of okra plants of each type in the F2 generation differ from the expected? Contestants, this is your problem of the day. You may now begin. And present your answers. Thank you. Ready. Contestants, please pick up your notepads and present your answers on the boards as you have them here. The contestants have presented their answers. Before I award the marks, let's look at the suggested solution from the consultants. This is a problem in biology, genetics. So it's an experiment which was performed by a genetics class. So they have, the students were made to cross true breeding tall and hairy stemmed okra plants with true breeding dwarf and hairless okra plants. And they found that all the F1 generation produced were tall and hairy stemmed. And the F1 plants were crossed with each other to obtain 1,200 F2 plants. And then there was a breakdown of these 1,200 F2 plants, which showed certain 70 for dwarfness. The answer is tallness. Which stem characteristic is dominant? That's the second, B. Hairiness or hairlessness? And the answer is hairiness. That's dominant. For these two, A and B, if you get both right, 1 point. If you get one, I'm ignoring you. Yes, because there's a lot to do which is worth much more. All right, so third, using the alleles, big T for tallness and small t for dwarfness, big H for hairiness and small h for hairlessness, state the genotypes of the original true breeding plants. If you look carefully, you will find out that the tall, hairy stem true breeding parent was a genotype of big T, big T, big H. They have big T, big H, big H. They also have the big T, big H, small h, big T, big H, small h, and big T, small t, big H. So for that group, there are actually 4 types. Then the tall and hairless stemmed okra plants, 2 types. Big T, small h, and then big T, small h, small h. Now, if you have the dwarf and hairy stemmed okra plants, then you are going to have small t, big H, and small t, big H, small h. For the fourth one, the dwarf and hairless stemmed okra plant, you have small t, small h, small h. If you get all of this, 3 points. A lot for 3 points. Next is F. What were the expected numbers of okra plants of each type in the F2 generation? So if you understand your genetics well, there are certain ratios that keep coming up, right? So in this particular case, if you study the values that were given in the table, then you will see that this follows the 9:3:3:1 pattern. So the expected numbers will be to look and then make sure that you conform to this pattern. So if that were the case, then you would expect that the tall and hairy stemmed okra plants, there should be 675 of them. The tall and hairless stemmed okra plants, there should be 225 of them. And then the dwarf and hairy stemmed okra plants, another 225, and the dwarf and hairless stemmed okra plants, 75, so that you can have your 9:3:3:1. If you were able to state these things, it was worth 2 points. And then finally, why do the observed number of okra plants of each type in the F2 generation differ from what was expected? So the experiment and the expectations, why were they different? And the main reason is that the expected numbers are based on probabilities. You're dealing with probabilities. The actual numbers should be close to the expected, but would not be exactly the same as the expected numbers. So it's a difference between practical and then theory. And this is worth 1 point, giving a total of 10 points. Now, contestants. Sekondi College. The only thing you had right there was the first one, which is tallness. And as I said, between A and B, if you don't get both right, you don't get anything at all. And so on humanitarian grounds, I'm giving you 1 out of 10. St. James, what were you doing? You didn't understand this at all. In fact, you have 1 point for A and B, the one that is at stake. And then since I gave Sekondi College 1, I'm adding 1 to you to give you 2 out of 10. Anlo, you had A and B right. That's 1 point. You had C right, 2 points. You had D right, 1 point. And that was the end of your success. The rest doesn't make any sense. All right. Since I gave these gentlemen 1 point, I'm going to add 1 to yours to get it to 5 out of 10. That's the end of the problem of the day and the end of round 3. You may pick up your notepads. Thank you. Can you come back a moment, please? Let me move this a little bit forward. Thank you. Before we begin the 4th round, I would like to acknowledge that the National Science and Math Quiz is sponsored by the Ghana Education Service through the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools. We also have support from TIGO, GOL, Prudential Life Insurance, Accra College of Medicine, and GCB Bank. We are produced. Okay. Before we begin the 4th round, I would like to acknowledge that the National Science and Math Quiz is sponsored by the Ghana Education Service through the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools. We also have support from TIGO, GOL, Prudential Life Insurance, Accra College of Medicine, and GCB Bank. We are produced by Primetime. Thank you. Round 4. In this round, I'm going to be presenting you with statements. When you receive a statement, please consider that statement very carefully and let me know whether it's true or false. If you're right, 2 points. If you're incorrect, you lose a precious point. You may choose not to respond, in which case that statement becomes available to the 2 other schools. A school may ring and attempt an answer. If the answer is right, 2 full points. If the answer is incorrect, there's still that penalty point. Best wishes, everyone. I'm starting with you, Sekondi College, your statement. If a quadrilateral is equiangular, then it is a rectangle. Collins.
It's false.
No, that's a true statement. St. James. If a quadrilateral is equilateral, then it is a rhombus. Yes, Frimpong?
It is false.
No. Anlo, if a quadrilateral is both equilateral and equiangular, then it is a square. Yes, Daniel?
True.
Yes. A saturated hydrocarbon with 21 carbons in a straight chain will be named as icosane. Yes, Mensa?
It's false.
Yes. 278 trimethyldecaine is a more correct name than 349 trimethyldecaine. Yes, Frimpong?
It is true.
Yes. Three dimethyl 4-ethyl heptane is preferred to 4-ethyl 3,3-dimethyl heptane in naming a compound. Daniel?
False.
Yes. The dark reaction of photosynthesis involves the release of oxygen and the splitting of water. Mensa?
Ram is true.
No, that's a false statement. The dark reaction of photosynthesis involves the reduction of carbon dioxide to organic compounds. Frimpong?
It is false.
No. The dark reaction of photosynthesis involves the photolysis of water and the production of starch. Yes, Daniel?
False.
Yes. A real image formed by a spherical mirror is always on the side of the mirror opposite the object.
It's true.
Mensa?
It's true.
No. Shh. A real image formed by a spherical mirror is always on the same side of the mirror as the object, but is closer to the mirror than the object. Frimpong?
It is false.
Yes. A real image formed by a spherical mirror is always on the same side of the mirror as the object, but is closer to the mirror than the focal point. Daniel?
False.
Yes. X raised to the power 4 minus y raised to the power 4 is equal to the expression y squared minus x squared multiplied by the expression y squared plus x squared. Mensa?
It's false.
Yes. X raised to the power 4 plus y raised to the power 4 is equal to the expression x squared plus y squared multiplied by the expression x squared plus y squared. Yes, Cece?
It's false.
Yes. X cubed minus 1 is equal to the expression x minus 1 multiplied by the expression x squared plus x plus 1. Yes, Daniel?
It's a true statement.
Yes. Adding chlorine water to bromide solution will turn the bromide solution brownish. Mensa.
Madam, it's false statement.
No, it's not. In principle, iodides can be oxidized by bromine, but not vice versa. Yes, Frimpong?
It is false.
No. Anlo? The electrode potential of the half cell, Cl2 gas / Cl minus, is likely to be less positive than that of I2 / I minus. Daniel?
It's true.
No, that's a false statement. If a nursing mother is not producing enough milk, then her hormonal system is probably deficient in thyroxine. Mensa?
Madam, it's false.
Yes. If a nursing mother is not producing enough milk, then her hormonal system is probably deficient in insulin. Frimpong?
It is false.
Yes. If a nursing mother is not producing enough milk, then her hormonal system is probably deficient in prolactin. Yes, Nobel.
True.
Yes. Last set of statements. For a given surface, the maximum kinetic energy of a photoelectron ejected by a photon of frequency 2f is twice the maximum kinetic energy of a photoelectron ejected by a photon of frequency f. Mensa?
Madam, it's true.
No, it's not. For a given surface, the maximum kinetic energy of a photoelectron ejected by a photon of wavelength 2 lambda is twice the maximum kinetic energy of a photoelectron ejected by a photon of wavelength lambda. Yes, Frimpong?
It is true.
No, it's not. Last statement. If a photon of wavelength lambda ejects photoelectrons from a surface, it is possible that a photon of wavelength 2 lambda does not eject any photoelectrons from the same surface. Yes, Nobel?
It's false.
No, that is a true statement. And that's the end of the 4th round. At the end of the fourth round, Sekondi College has 11 points. St. James Seminary Senior High School has 15 points. Anlo Senior High School has 28 points. Fifth and final round, round 5. In this round, I'm going to be reading clues. Your objective is to solve the riddle. If you solve the riddle on the first clue, 5 points. On the second clue, 4 points. On the third any clue thereafter, 3 points. In order to solve a riddle, you need to ring for it. May I hear your bell, St. James? Yours, Sekondi College. And yours, Anlo. Try again. Again. It is well. All right. There are 4 riddles. I am one of the several characteristic properties of an element. Unlike another property I know, I possess both positive and negative values. Yes, Frimpong.
Electron affinity.
You are right. That was the second clue, 4 points. Next one. The first 3 letters of my name means to strike gently with a light blow or blows, or a valve and spout used to regulate delivery of a fluid at the end of a pipe. The last 4 letters refer to the embedded portion of a tooth, nail, or hair. Typically, I am... Yes, Nobel.
Taproot.
You're right. I was reading the 4th clue, 3 points. Next one. I am basically a sequence of statements. I lead to a conclusion or a result. I am a process of logical reasoning. My primary aim is to establish a theorem. I am the building block of mathematics. Do you need any further proof? Who am I? Daniel.
Statement.
Ah. Frimpong.
Logic.
Ay, ay, ay. Mensa.
Yes.
Oh la la. Anyone? The people making noise. This one is yours. Go ahead. You are right. Do you? Do you need any further proof? Eh? Last one. I am a phenomenon that occurs in close association with change. Indeed, you only observe me when change is occurring. I am an inductive phenomenon. I produce electromagnetic fields. I am the principle underlying the operation of a transformer. Yes, Mensa?
Mutual inductance.
No. Yes, which of you? Daniel.
We have inductance.
Who am I? Yes, Frimpong.
Electromagnetic induction.
You are right. I read all the clues, 3 points, and that's the end of the 5th round. At the end of the contest, here are the final scores. Sekondi College has 11 points. St. James Seminary Senior High School has 22 points. Anlo Senior High School has 31 points. Sekondi College, this was a tough contest for you. All the best. St. James Seminary Senior High School, too bad, it wasn't meant to be. Best wishes. Anlo Senior High School, congratulations on winning the contest. Prepare well, and I look forward to seeing you at the next stage of competition. Well done. Viewers, we've come to the end of another contest. Next time, we'll bring you the 18th 1A stage contest, which will be featuring Infansipim School, St. Peter's Senior High School, and Kwewu Ridge Senior High Technical School. Before we leave, I would like to acknowledge that the National Science and Math Quiz is sponsored by the Ghana Education Service through the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools. We are sponsored by TIGO, GOIL, Prudential Life Insurance, Accra College of Medicine, and GCB Bank. We are produced by Prime Time. Thank you. Viewers, thank you for joining us for this contest, and see you next time.